Yippee! A story time video. Shall I load up some Counter-Strike surfing in the background to keep you engaged? No, bum that. I'd rather install a virus than ever play that game again. Bro, what is it with Eastern Europeans and driving like they're Max Verstappen? Just last year, I remember I was going home from jiu-jitsu. It was like, 11 in the evening? And my parents were very worried. They wanted me home ASAP. To the point that I did the stupid thing of paying a taxi. Do you want to know how that went? I went up to this cab, right? And already so many red flags. No prices on the window. No price meter on the radio where the radio's supposed to be. Even the cab driver, he barely spoke Polish. That was sus as hell. But do you know what? I needed to go home, right? And I only needed to go home for like what? I want to say a 5-kilometer stretch of road. It cost me 80 zloty. 80 zloty. That's 16 quid. I don't think even in London a licensed black cab would have cost that much. But whatever. Situation is dire. Trains aren't coming. Bus isn't coming. Whatever. Let's sit down, strap in. Now, before I'd even close the door and put on my seatbelt, vroom, he's dashing off. Already I didn't feel safe, but there he is. He's just like, whoop, 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 swerving over the cars. Yeah, open stretch of land because nobody is out at night. I went to look at my Google Maps to see where on earth he was going because I didn't know that he knew where my flat was, right? And to my horror, I saw that it clocked in at 103 kilometers per hour. To put that into perspective, the national speed limit for Poland is 50. The next day, I had to ask my auntie, is that speed limit a suggestion or is it a law? And so he drops me off to my house. It would have taken me 20 minutes normally, but it actually took me 10 minutes because, of course, he'd go double the speed limit. But to add icing on the cake, he didn't even put me in the right flat. Joke, man. But let's not be mistaken. Irresponsibility doesn't just take the form of speed, but also negligence. A couple years ago, this might have been a long time ago, but I remember I was on the bus with my mum and my sister, and we were going into the city on that very same road that we had gone 103 miles an hour 5 years later. This time it was during the day, rush hour in fact, so lots of traffic. As everyone is just bored on the bus, doing their thing, the bus door opens. I'm like, wait, no one's there, but why is the bus opening? And the bus driver goes out, goes into the bushes, and straight up takes the piss. He takes a piss, leaving, a bus full of passengers just to wander freely on their own. Imagine someone had hijacked the bus seat and just closed the door, and then what would happen? You're fucked. The sheer shamelessness and confidence at which this guy did it, you can tell. This wasn't a fluke. This was a habit. And the story could end there. And then I see the police go from the other side. But Sammy, how did the police come? You just said there was a lot of traffic. Yeah, going into the city. Coming out, absolutely nothing. So that's why the police came out of the city and they just parked right next to the bus. And at this point, I'm losing my mind. They see me, my sister, and my mum in this abandoned bus. It's not a good look for the passengers or the driver. But again, with no hesitation, someone on the front row just went into the driver's seat and started driving as soon as the traffic started to flow a little bit. As if it were a normal routine. This was staged as such. And obviously the police, they're like, yep, convinced, we're going to go away. Because Eastern European police, they're no joke, right? Like, they will punish you for the smallest of things. Then the traffic stops again and the driver finally is done with his piss. And he comes back in. Again, no sanitizer, no washing of hands, nope, just touch the wheel, the same wheel. And that was it. That was the driver abandoning 20 plus people in a bus just to relieve himself and go to the toilet in the bushes. Now, these stories, they would surprise me, but I feel like Eastern European driving is corrupted from a young age. 5 years ago, I went mountain biking with my cousins, right? And Kosovo mountains, right? They are almost vertical. They are so steep, right? The last thing you want to do is speed down out of control. It's just plain suicide. And it's still fun. We rented our bikes and we went biking for, I want to say 2 hours. It could be 1, it could be 3. I had a lot of fun. And yes, I sped a little. Live your life, guys. It's fun. It's there to be lived. This isn't a self-improvement video. This is just a talking storytime video. Anyways, that's my moral of the story. Who cares? We're nearly done with our 2 hours. And all of a sudden, this boy rushes past us, right? Rushes past us. I want to say he was going like 50 miles an hour. Like, it was so far. You blinked and you miss him. And he nearly hit me. And he nearly hit my uncle. Like, dude, what are you doing? Use your brakes. They're there for a reason. Use your brakes or get broken. I should have started with that bar. That was a good bar. We return our bikes, and literally, as soon as we do that, we hear just some crying in the background. And who's there? That's right. It's the boy that sped past us. There was no one in, I want to say, a 10-meter distance to help him. So we just rushed in, helped him. He was fine, right? But don't speed, crash, and then do a crying face like this, like, oh, I crashed because I was speeding and I was irresponsible. I can't believe it. Why, God? Why are you giving me your hardest fights? Get up, dust yourself off. You deserve that. I have plenty more stories about the driving in Poland and in Kosovo, and even other countries that I've been in. But they can be told on a different day, so I'll summarize them like this. In the UK, we drive on the left. But in Eastern Europe, they drive on what's left. Thanks for watching.